I'm currently in Mexico right now. Came down here for Cinco de Mayo, even though Mexico doesn't celebrate that holiday. What are they celebrating? Asks Mexico. Don't you know already? It's May 5th. It literally makes no sense to them. The 5th of May is not Mexico's independence. It's just a random battle. The Battle of Puebla specifically, which is why the state of Puebla is the only place in Mexico that actually celebrates Cinco de Mayo. Sometimes I like to think if there was an equal scenario that happened to us in reverse. Like, what if every April 19th, Canadians just went insanely patriotic for the USA just to celebrate the Battle of Lexington and Concord? They'd just be like, yeah! Americans be like, Fallout is a nice satire of the nuke-crazy 1950s. Meanwhile, in France, we shall find salvation and redemption for our country's shame in the glow of the atom and nuclear hellfire. Yeah, that pretty much perfectly sums up this country's policies on nukes. Imagine instead of a warning shot, a warning nuke. That's definitely one way to get people to stop saying, haha, France surrendered. Micronesia, who would never nuke anyone. The US, China, and the UK would nuke someone in retaliation. Russia, North Korea, and India yells, I won't hesitate first. Israel and Iran would nuke without warning. Finally, there's France, would nuke as a warning. Consider this your warning nuke. The next one won't be. Luckily, they don't have that many, but 300's still a lot. Countries that aren't freaking losers. It's just the USA and France. They both possess nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. Since a UK aircraft carrier was recently sidelined due to a propeller problem, the Americans yearn for a strong French ally. And it's so funny because we started this video talking about Mexico and Cinco de Mayo. Who do you think they beat on Cinco de Mayo? It all comes full circle. Woman arrested for playing with Legos after turning 100. I mean, damn, couldn't this woman read? The nation of Denmark tried to warn you. Early life in Japan, obsession with virtual YouTuber, obsession with Ryan Gosling, bombings, incarceration, and death. Wait, is this my Wikipedia page? I mean, we're still getting to the final three, but maybe this is just, you know, I'm not even gonna finish that state. Someone made a Hoi 4 mod that with every passing day, there's a 1% chance of a Freddy Fazbear jump scare. Well, Freddy Fazbear or the rest of his crew. Damn, it might finally be time to go back. Boys will turn 14 and base their whole personality off one of these. I think if I was growing up when Crusader Kings 3 dropped, it probably would have been this one. In reality, it was probably Europa Universalis 4 for me. Didn't really play much Victoria 2. And then there's Hoi 4. Welcome to life! Choose a difficulty. We've got easy mode in Europe and most of North America, medium for South America and all of Asia, hard mode is just Africa. Then there's bring it on mode in basically Australia and Papua New Guinea. Finally, frick it, I'm a penguin. I definitely love me the silly modes. I don't know if I agree that Ukraine or Russia would be on easy mode right now, but maybe this is a little bit old. I am once again reminding Americans that Italy has its own equivalent of Olive Garden. It's called Old West, and it serves burgers named Apache, Navajo, and Dakota. It's like Italy literally just copied our homework. I'm sure they're probably not that impressed with our Olive Gardens, that's for sure, but I'm actually down to try this. This looks pretty good. American military weapon names: the Abrams, the Bradley, the Gerald R. Ford, and the Stryker. Then there's Turkish military weapon names: Golden Mountain, Dragon Rugged, Shadow Horseman, and Sunrise Land. Wow, they're destroying us with their naming system. That's also not that difficult of a thing to do. Have you seen how many things we've named the M1? The UK is also destroying us with their Navy ship names. German soldiers in World War I versus German soldiers in World War II. Very small detail here, you might have missed it. Their pupils in World War II were quite dilated. Yeah, they were Breaking Bad even before Walter White. This is the new logo of the Canadian Army. They're trying to demoralize you. They updated it to look like some sort of Minecraft moose. Luckily, this is in fact a little bit too horrible to be true. This brown pixelated graphic is a symbol for the new CAD Pad MT camouflage pattern. But I suppose I can see where the confusion occurred. Jesus, that does look really bad. Me breaking out of being nonverbal when someone mentions military weaponry. Damn, did I make this meme? Literally me. Fun fact, most trains are run on me. What? Sorry, I'm Lithuanian. I was not familiar with train terminology meaning in America. Okay, we're gonna have to give the Lithuanian man running the Linux Twitter account a pass here. I see what he meant, but this is just not the right phrasing. Was Hilter a no-no German? Hilter exposed. How's he supposed to answer for this? Cancelled. I think he thought he could get away with it too. The evidence just keeps piling up. Let's not renew our neutrality with Russia. What are they gonna do? Ally with France, a republic? Let's build a giant navy to threaten Britain. What are they gonna do? Ally with France, their old rival? Let's snatch Morocco from France. What are they gonna do? Billions must invade Belgium. It's basically the logic of a World War I Germany. They kind of played themselves. Ah, Wilhelm, what were you thinking? My leader, we forgot the giant speaker that plays My Little Dark Age. We gotta go back. How am I supposed to fight without My Little Dark Age theme? We're just gonna have to take an L on this world war. Local bloke utterly obsessed by Roman Empire because he too would like to be destroyed by those are different goths, but I guess he's got the right idea. So, you like goth stuff too? I mean, yeah, kinda. I mean, there's no kinda here. This is literally goth. Doesn't get much more goth than that. Machiavelli be like, will you go out with me? This lady PTSD? No. Cut to Machiavelli 2 seconds later, how states are ruined on account of women. Was this the original incel from history? Who would win? 1 million active personnel from Russia or 2.3 million active personnel from Walmart? I mean, is this even a question? Have you seen the customers these employees got to deal with on a daily basis? You can't even imagine the horrors they've seen. This is sad because you can tell he's been to war. Look at the eyes. That's the biggest giveaway of PTSD. This is him during his younger days, but yeah. I hope he eventually works through it. What's your gender? We've got a medium battle tank, an anti-aircraft vehicle, and a heavy tank. Meanwhile, an artillery, tank destroyer, and light tank. Can I just be a rocket launcher? Thanks for explaining in War Thunder terms. How I be looking at the Aztec warrior when he tries to puncture my European plate armor with his dollar store obsidian spiked club. Is that really the best you can do? The conquistadors just keep conquering. Babe, please, you're not King Baldwin IV. I am Jerusalem. Pretty much everyone's telling their girl this right now, whether their girl is imaginary or not. Ever since this meme trend dropped, I can't stop doing this hand thing he does. I'm hitting all the homies with this move now. I'm really curious if anyone knows that's Edward Norton, also in Fight Club, another literally me movie. It's so perfect. It's almost like they planned for this. If I were in charge of a historical battle, I would have just, meanwhile, logistics. Everyone always forgets about that part, especially whenever I hear people be like, all Germany had to do to win World War II is stop, get help. Meanwhile, the USA flag when the moon becomes the 51st state. Look how this had 30,000 likes, including myself. I mean, I guess if we colonize the moon, this flag's just gonna have to do. Gotta work ourselves up slowly to get to this galaxy flag. First white boy to die on spring break in Mexico. This is kind of a interesting meme to be reviewing right now. This is Trotsky, who was supposed to be the leader of the Soviet Union after Lenin died. Obviously, Joseph Stalin did not agree with that. He was given asylum in Mexico City for a few years until Soviet assassins got to him. I do like this counterpoint, though. The first and last emperor of Mexico, he was actually an Austrian archduke. Americans be like, gas prices are too high. My brother in Christ, you made the car-dependent infrastructure. This is what I've been saying. I don't think the U.S. fully understands the possibilities of public transit, though. Is that a construction site? Mamma mia! Luigi, Matteo, and Zeo. Cancel your plans for this week. We're gonna watch some worksite kino. What's the Italian word for these people again? Because it's such a popular thing for old men to do it that they made a word for it in the Italian language. Ah, that's right. There it is. I can't wait to do this one day. Every United States statistic ever. You pretty much don't even need to watch my videos anymore because this is always what the maps are gonna look like. Wait, I'm actually just kidding. But yeah, the Deep South, including my birth state of Alabama, be struggling, as well as West Virginia. Meanwhile, the Pacific states and the Northeast tend to get pretty good reviews on statistics, usually. Of course, it just depends on what we're talking about. You can kind of break every country down like this, though. They're all similar. Breaking! Burkina Faso has resumed diplomatic ties with North Korea. The West is doomed. Holy crap! Boys, it is literally so over. Paradox game where the pop-ups look like this. Doesn't even need to be. It could be just any strategy game. I'm gonna buy it. Cut to a real-life historical photo of Chernobyl circa 1986. Obviously, the horrors that went down in this nuclear facility is unimaginable. This is the exact moment of that third reactor meltdown. Wait, I mean reactor 4. Born too early for terraforming? I'll never get to call someone a moonoid or a Marsoid. I'll never get to mock their weird accents. I'll never get to call their space settlements a history lesson. And I'll never get to peddle Earth supremacy. Why did this poor Icelandic man have to remind us of all this? If we were born just like 250 years from now, we'd be able to spread Earth propaganda. Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone turns 20. Where are the actors now? Oh, nice. We have their exact GPS locations here. Don't you love when articles just cut straight to the point? We need to make more of them like this. What if we hold hands? Ooh, at the McDonald's gulag. Was this the first ever McDonald's opened up in Russia? Their aesthetics are just always beating ours. It's almost as if we don't even try. North Korean defectors react to Cardi B's WAP for the first time. I kind of want to watch this, but you may not believe this, but he decided to go back after this. Meanwhile, on this subreddit for Lithuania, I heart Latvia. Wait, and it's also in the shape of Lithuania? What? I can maybe see why they thought this would be a good product, but at the same time, why? I get it though, that beautiful Baltic Brotherhood. List of Czech inventions and discoveries. Starting in the 15th century, defenestration is the act of throwing someone from a window. What an awesome invention the Czechs did back then. I don't know if we're really celebrating this invention convention as much as we should. No one does it anymore. Which is the car of millionaires? Out of the Acura and Hondas, it was the Accord. In terms of net wealth and car brands, this is pretty much how it goes. You got people at the bottom end of net worth getting Toyotas, and also people at the higher ends of net worth also getting Toyotas. All this is just for show up here. I'm reminded of like Jeff Bezos driving his, what was it? Yeah, driving his 1996 Honda Accord at $10 billion net worth. I mean, that's honestly the smartest thing to do. Fine, I'll build my own Rome, but with Christianity and mercenaries. And that's all they really had to say. They ended up lasting a lot longer too, so I guess they were right. Big thanks to my patrons this month. Kansas was mentioned. KingBearHaze. JohnDenver. I can't sleep without Drew's voice. DaBeautiful-MEGAN-Underwood. Archaeology. aPhatNarwhal. Carmel S. Connor Pavlik. DOOCHBAGGINS. Fredrik Tibblin. LuxembourgLover. Traven. KirinoIsBestGirl. I love you. The Mexican 760. ZaneyBoi.